Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this class for grade 7 science, and in today's class we are going to cover chapter 18 wastewater management. But before moving forward, I would like you to observe this image properly and find out the sources generating dirty water. If you will see carefully, you will find a woman cleaning clothes. The garbage is being dumped near the river. The man is giving bath to his animals, and the waste coming from the factories as well as homes. So these are the sources because of which the water becomes dirty. And in this chapter, you will be learning all these sources of wastewater. From where does domestic wastewater go? Controlling of sewage generation, some alternative methods of it, and what will happen if the sewage is not managed properly. First, you need to understand what is wastewater. So you can say if the water has been used once, it will become dirty, and after being dirty, it is considered as wastewater. There are numerous human and animal activities which make the wastewater dirty. We'll basically cover them in the domestic activities, construction of buildings, agricultural wastewater, the wastewater from hotels, offices and hospitals, industries wastewater and mining wastewater. If we talk about domestic activities, so at homes wastewater contains urine, feces, detergent and dirt which is released from the toilet as well as after washing clothes, utensils and vegetables. In industries, they generate a huge amount of wastewater which is called effluents. This water has so many harmful chemicals which are undissolved in water. Hospitals also create a lot of waste similar to domestic wastewater. In addition, they also contain many types of disease causing organisms and even sometimes radioactive material which are really harmful for the health. For agricultural activities, the fields contain fertilizers and pesticides which could be toxic and harmful for animals as well as humans. Once this wastewater is generated from these sources, it enters into rivers, ponds and lakes and create the water contaminated. Got a good idea about sources of wastewater. Now this wastewater which is released from the sources is actually becomes sewage, and this sewage contains some dissolved and sometimes suspended impurities as well. So if a lot of human activity is creating a lot of wastewater, this wastewater need to be managed also. So where does it go? Untreated sewage is generally disposed in the lakes, rivers and sea. And really it is necessary to first treat the sewage before disposing it off. Or otherwise it would be causing major health hazards for human and animals too. In certain urban areas there is a proper drainage system or municipal wastewater system, which is a channel of pipelines called sewer system. These sewer pipes are laid below the ground in colonies and housing societies even before houses are built in that area. Each house in a colony has a sewer pipe connecting it to the municipal sewer system. The municipal pipes in turn join the large drainage pipes which carry sewage to larger drains and then to the sewage treatment system. This network of pipes is laid underground and needs to be cleaned regularly. Manholes are the opening at the ground level for the maintenance of sewer pipes, as you can see in the image on your screen. In many towns, wastewater is carried through an open drainage system in uncovered ditches, which can actually cause choking of them very often during monsoon and can cause various diseases too. So, in some areas, they use a proper wastewater treatment plant. This treatment plant actually has a sequential process which is divided into three major categories: primary treatment, secondary treatment and tertiary treatment as per the solids, liquids and other materials are being treated there. So you can understand them by this process. Like in the primary treatment, you would be doing the screening part. Initially, the sewage is passed through the screens of the bars where solid waste such as metal, cans, plastic bottles and clothes pieces are removed. After that, the screen wastewater is pumped to the aeration tank. In aeration tank, the third step comes and the sewage is aerated by pumping air through it. This helps in the removing some of the foul smelling dissolved gases, and the organic waste material called sludge remains suspended due to bubbling air. Then you could find out them in this particular vertical bars, grit chamber and sedimentation tank. After that, the secondary treatment comes where the removing of sludge starts. From the aeration tank, sewage enters the sedimentation tank and here the sludge settles down. It is collected in a slush tank to be further composed as a compost. Now, in the fifth part, the removing of scum takes part. Wastewater also contains some unwanted floating material which are called scum. It consists of grease, oils, plastic, soaps and detergents. The scum is skimmed off from the surface of the wastewater. And finally, after this aeration tank, the water goes for chlorination, which is the tertiary treatment, and here chemical called chlorine is used. The clean wastewater is finally treated with bleaching powder to release chlorine gas. This chlorine is an disinfectant and kills all the germs and bacteria present in the wastewater. The treated water is finally released to the rivers and lakes. It is clean enough to be used for agriculture and also for domestic activities like washing and gardening. Now let's cover up some questions. Wastewater generated from paint and dyes industries contain harmful what? So if it is created by paints and dyes, it would be consisting some chemicals. Very good. Next question. Dash is the wastewater containing suspended impurities. So if it is suspended impurity, it would be sewage. Very well. Now third is dash is the liquid waste that is discharged into a river or the sea. Because it is discharged into the river and the sea, it is considered as effluent from the factories. Now, sand, grit and pebbles, they are removed in which tank or chamber? Correct. They are removed in grit chamber by the machines. Okay. So, this sewage generation is actually treated in the whole plant and we have named it as sewage treatment plant. But it is very much required to control and reduce the wastewater. And for this, we can take the following measures. We can use flushes with low capacity. We should never pour household products in drains because they have a lot of chemicals. They should be properly disposed. Excess of fat like oil, butter and all with plastic should be disposed of in the garbage can as they will clog the pipes. Leakages should be fixed in sewer pipes. They can contaminate water and can breed insects like mosquitoes by stagnating. Okay, there are some other methods other than sewage treatment plant which could be used as alternative methods of sewage disposals. They are vermicomposting toilets, septic tanks and biogas plants. Okay, so what are septic tanks? In this method, wastewater flows from the household sewer lines into an underground septic tank. The heavier solid sludge settles down at the bottom of the tank and lighter waste such as oil and paints float on the surface. There are some bacteria present in the sewage partially decompose and liquefy the solid. The liquid portion is disposed of through an outlet in the tank and it is mostly used in semi-urban areas. Next, that is actually based on the biogas plant. So, in rural areas, we mostly find it. Biogas plant is an efficient method of disposal of sewage. It generates biogas for cooking and electricity production. The sludge can also be used as manure in the fields. Vermicomposting toilets. This is one of the very hygienic process of dissolving the human waste because In vermicomposting toilets, worms such as earthworms are used to convert human excreta into compost. There is minimal use of water and it is also very hygienic. There is a very big problem, and that problem is that the discharge of untreated water could be a reason for water pollution. Tons of untreated sewage daily received by our major rivers, and this makes the water dirty, creating some epidemics like jaundice, cholera, hepatitis, and so on. Also, this causes diseases like dysentery and typhoid. Before it becomes a very big problem to us, we need to manage it by using some or other proper method. Like we should treat them by using sewage treatment plant or septic tanks or biogas plants, or even the vermicomposting toilet could help us. It is our responsibility to being a good and responsible citizen to sanitize the public places and help the government as well as the humanity to do. Covering up our whole chapter in this manner. Thank you. Have a nice day.